What is up, folks? Welcome back to another live stream repair. Oh boy, we finally got some new tips for our soldering iron. Which one will we use? I think we will go with the knife tip here. Beautiful. Is that longer too? Oh goodness, it's way longer. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Wow, rest in peace my original pine seal tip here. That thing is absolutely obliterated. And then some. Let me fasten this down really quick and we'll get started. Alright. That's not going anywhere. Can I get that? Nice. Nice, okay. We've tinned our fresh tip. Let's make some room here for ourselves. Uh-oh, where did my screwdriver go? I'm not talking about this one. How the heck? We're good. I found it. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. We've got George with his no base pod. The base randomly dies. We're going to swap that amp board out with another. Dang it, let me go get my duster too. I am wholly unprepared. My duster is now full of dust. Who dusts the duster? Who you calling dusty, duster? Yes, okay, so we've got George and his two pods, and then after George, well, let's go ahead and let George know so they can hop back in here. we'll shoot George a quick message, and then we'll add a couple other names up to the screen. Okay. George is messaged. Who else do we have here? We've got to finish Seth's HomePod. He's been waiting quite some time for a logic board. And then we have Alejandro that has also been waiting for a logic board. We've got number 3788 that's wanted a new logic board. And then if we can get through all of that, we'll see what other surprises I can pull out for y'all today. Of course, like 9 more HomePods showed up today, and we still have 6 more waiting from the past 2 days to fix. But we simply don't have the time. People are just gonna have to wait. I hate it, but what else can you do? Let's go ahead and jump into this instead of making people wait any longer here. We're gonna grab ourselves the amplifier from this here parts pod. Yes, and let's catch up with the chat here. I'm sure people are complaining about me ignoring you already, huh? Marvin's the first. Welcome, welcome. Stefan, welcome back. Stuart, my dead first gen, keeps asking if our boy has come up with a way to fix what was said to be unrepairable. Yeah, I mean, check my website, nixfix.com. We've got quite a few fixes up there, including the blinking volume buttons. There are caveats, but just give the website, go to the known issues section of the website. It's the very first issue. No, Stefan. I appreciate the manners, but no amount of asking nicely or under threat will get anybody to control over my magical orbs again. Not today, at least. Maybe we'll see. I might change my mind later. But if you've figured out anything about me by now, it's that the more you ask me about something, the less likely I'm gonna wanna do it. All right, we need to get this amp out. All right. You don't gotta be like that, Stefan. It's okay. All right. Yeah, as I suspected, I don't see any obvious hints as to why the base would be dropping in and out on this board. We'll put it in the pile of boards that we might fix one day. Until then, let's go ahead and do a little refurbishing on this amp board, make it worthy of reuse here for George's pod. Pizza Hut? You know, I'm not offended by Pizza Hut. I mean, I'll take Pizza Hut all day, every day over Papa John's. Papa John's is for me the absolute bottom of the barrel pizza. Like, I'll take $1 frozen pizza over. I will just refuse to eat Papa John's. I'm sorry. Alright, first shot with our new soldering iron tips. Let's see how that behaves for us here. Alright, that was pretty good. I'll probably swap out for a thicker chisel tip. But we'll see if we get the hang of this one before we swap it. So first thing we're going to do to this amp is replace the DC filters for the subwoofer audio. Since they love to go bad and cause death farts often enough that it's worth us replacing them here and now instead of waiting for them to complain to us about it and having to send it back to us. And then let's see, we've got a 42K dated Schottky diode here, so those don't fail and cause power issues. Everything else on this board looks great, so I don't think there's anything we need to worry about on here. Let's start putting this back together and we'll sanity check it before we seal it up. What's the best Mac OS / iOS app? I'm torn between the settings app and my camera app. There you go. I couldn't pick between the two, but I think those are the two best apps on Mac or iOS, because on a daily basis I'm using one, if not both of them, and they routinely just do what I need them to do. No fuss. No, the stream is not delayed. I am delayed. I saw you re-ask your question about the best Mac OS / iOS app, and I figured I'd answer. Okay, I just really want to see that this still turns on really quick. Just real quick, I won't even let this boot all the way up. I just want to see the lights of life. See, oh, maybe this is, I think I know what's going on with this one. Yeah, I picked a bad logic board to try this with. Let's grab a different one. Yeah, very nice. Okay, cool. So, let's finish it. We'll use their logic board, of course. No, you cannot step in. No, you cannot. I mean, if you can't use a fridge, you probably can't use a HomePod. But you could definitely bring a few HomePods with you into a suitable shelter. Keep your sanity. Just be sure you set it up to allow everyone to play to it, so that way you don't need working Wi-Fi to connect to it and play to it. Set a password so that way your shelter neighbors don't take control of it. A new HomePod with the touch screen. See, I don't think they're ever gonna make a new HomePod with a touch screen. If anything, they'll make something like an iMac with a touch screen. I mean, anything that they put out that's gonna have a touch screen would likely not have as big of a sound as the actual full-sized HomePods, because they wouldn't. They don't want to. Well, like, how many people are going to buy a whole bunch of them if they've got big fat screens on them and place them all over the house, if they're more expensive and sound worse than just a plain old HomePod? I mean, it's tough to say. I don't think, but I mean, I guess semantically arguing, I don't think they're ever gonna release like a touchscreen HomePod per se, but maybe more of a, I don't know, like a Google Hub or like Facebook Meta Hub-esque kind of device that's not audio focused. So we're not gonna see anything that has a serious take on audio. And a bunch of I don't know, maybe in the future, but I don't think that's near in here anytime soon.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. For more info.
Okay, so we know we didn't mess anything up so far. It seems to off the bat be working as good as it did before we took it apart. We do need to test it overnight. Make sure that the base stays running. I fully expect it to. We replaced the amplifier board entirely, so there's no reason for it to have any issues here. Now let's get George's second name up here, or second pod up here. Thank you, OBS, for putting that up there. Much appreciated. Okay. Oh yeah, and up next is going to be Seth, so we'll let Seth know that we're finally wrapping their HomePod up. Okay. I don't know what fell. Oh well. No lights, no power, a couple of watts from the wall. This all tells us that we've got the usual dead diode waiting inside on the amplifier. Let's get this apart and get it fixed. Ha 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 ha. Not today. And we'll just glug glug glug. Ooh, new record, not a drop. Oh. Oh, I just saw. Welcome, Shuffle Hands. Also, yeah. Yeah. I don't think I had time to even think about if I wanted to stream or not until like 11 o'clock last night. And I said absolutely not. I will catch up on the bare minimum amount of emails and messages that I need to, and I'm going to bed. And then I end up staying up till like 1 a.m. doing that anyways. But no, I mean, thanks for spoiling the surprise for everyone. We're going to be working on that Bose equalizer a little more after we clear through some more of these HomePods. We probably won't finish the Bose EQ today, but we'll probably get like halfway done with it. Solder the sub from your other pod to the sub on your working pod, so both. No, don't do that. Well, actually, no. See, the problem is I don't think the amp will have enough wattage. Even if you, so I believe the subwoofer is a 4 ohm, like 40 or 50 watt RMS dealio. And that's about what the amplifier is rated for. So, I mean, now see, you wouldn't be able to, it wouldn't get as loud. You'd start running out of power on your amp before you could get it as loud. So like, think of your amp as having a total power budget. Let's say it's got like 50 watts of budget power at 4 ohms, or 60 watts at 2 ohms. And you connect a 1 4 ohm subwoofer. You know, it's rated for about the same 50 watts. You're using all of your power budget. If you connect 2 subwoofers, now you're demanding, well, it depends on how you're connecting the subwoofers. If you're connecting them in series, then you've just taken it from a 4 ohm speaker to an 8 ohm speaker. And that makes it a lot more difficult for the amp. Your amp can probably only do like maybe 15 to 25 watts at 8 ohms. Now, if you connect them in parallel, that does you some favors. That actually takes your 4 ohm subwoofer and makes it 2 ohm subwoofers. So you get a few more watts out of your amp. But that's still not enough, because you still have 2 50-watt subwoofers asking for 100 watts total. Even if it's over 2 ohms, your amp can only deliver 50 to 60 watts. It's just not gonna work as well. You could very well damage the amplifier, pushing it any further than how much power it currently pushes with a single subwoofer. They probably gave us maybe 10 to 20% of headroom in the power budget on the amp, meaning whatever the subwoofer is rated for, the amplifier is probably capable of delivering plus another 10 to 20% over that. So, but in no way can you wire more than one subwoofer up to that same amp and get it to deliver enough to do that for both of them, to make it louder. I mean, there's nothing stopping you from running 2 of them on it and keeping it at low medium volume, as long as you keep the power demand below what it can do. There's no problem with that. It just won't be as loud. And like I said, it'll cause issues if you try to turn it up. Alright, fart filters are redid. Ooh, transparent magic mouse mod. Ooh. Oh geez, AliExpress diodes. Yeah, man, I mean... Good luck. It'll probably work, who knows for how long. And what else might blow up when it does die. The two little pads, the two tiny little pads of the diode are internally connected. If I remember correctly, they're actually the ground. Yeah, the two little pads of the diode are ground, and I mean, obviously, because they are ground, they are internally connected as well. Telegraph, no. The second gen HomePod is entirely different construction. It has its own problems. The thing is the diode's failing because the diodes have a bad batch of... There's a bad batch of diodes. It's not a design problem with the HomePod. It's not the wrong part for the job. The diodes are going bad. The diodes were bad. So, I mean, just by in and of itself, making a new generation of HomePod inherently fixes the problem because they're not using the same batch of diodes. Of course, neither do we with the replacements that we use. I mean, it's not even a guaranteed failure for all first-gen HomePods. You can't tell without looking at the date code on your diode what your chances are. Ugh. Ah, Stefan, that's why when you go to buy things from DigiKey or Mouser, you wait until you've got like a good enough, like like a shopping list essentially. It sucks to go to the grocery store just to get one thing. You try to time things out right so that you make as few trips as possible throughout the month. Same idea. It makes a lot less sense to buy from places like DigiKey and Mouser if you're just going to buy a one-off part here and there. And you're going to have to pay for that convenience of them holding literally billions of parts in inventory just for you to come along and want to pay $1 or $2 for well, much less than $1 in a lot of cases for 1 or 2 components. To be never seen again. Now, $20 for them to ship to you, that's a little much, I think. I mean, heck, for $20, man, I could have shipped you up to half a pound worth of components for $14. And then you would have just had to pay for the, plus whatever the components themselves actually cost. That's crazy. That is actually crazy. So I mean, you know what that I was going to suggest, what that means. You gotta fix and flip some HomePods. But I would not recommend putting crappy diodes into customers' HomePods. Keep those to your own. What, how much did you pay for your AliExpress diodes with shipping? I am about to glue these drawstrings in. There we go. $4 for 10 of them plus shipping. Yeah. I think it's going to cause more than another $14 in damage into your time to fix again in the future, but that's a lesson that you'll just have to learn through personal experience. All right.
I'm having trouble connecting to the.
Yes. Okay.
I'm having trouble.
Yeah, shush. All right. Say welcome back, Seth's HomePod. And now observe as in a single sitting we go through every single one of my parts pods. Let's see here. This was this was Seth with a brick. Alejandro up next, so we'll shoot them a message. All right. Let's see what the condition of this HomePod is. No lights, no power, no nothing. Although it does drop down to 1 watt. Oh no, it's at 2. So this should have a perfectly good logic board, as beat up as it is. A logic board that will work perfectly fine for Seth's HomePod over there. I should just give you all of my pods and retire early. Okay, like all 2 of them. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I'm not kidding you. Where's my Wi-Fi? One, 2. Oh, show more. I lied. Alright, I lied to you. 3. I've got 3 HomePods online. Oh yeah, I know, boo-hoo. Poor Nick only has 3 HomePods. Yeah, that's a parts display. Who wants to bet that this has this has actually blinking volume buttons, and the jackwagon that sold it to me smashed the display so that it would appear as a no power pod and not one with a bricked logic board. I'm going to crash out. Still doesn't power on. I mean, I'll take it. If that means the logic board is still good, I'll take it. Let's see here. Alejandro, what is up? What is up? Welcome back. Okay, please be a good little logic board for me. I need you. I need you to work. That's really frustrating. Alright, well, between Seth, Alejandro, and 3788, one of those 3 people, unfortunately, is not getting a logic board today because people want to try to sabotage me when they sell me HomePods instead of being honest. That's extremely disappointing. This was not described to me as having any sort. Why? Someone's even been in here. There's a fingerprint on it. You know, let's see if we can't figure this one out here. See if we can't fix it. Oh, that used to be the case. You couldn't go. You literally couldn't stand anywhere in the house without a HomePod being within 3 feet of your face. I had at least 10 to 15 HomePods in each room of the house, plus a few in the hallways. But pods get more expensive and less available. And no, that's how it is. I wonder if... Now, hold on. I actually might have another logic board. I just remembered... Is that this one? I think we can get all 3 people fixed today. I think I can. Let's see what this one does. Where did my display? No, is this one? Okay. Okay, you joker. What the heck? Hello? Hello? Okay, so this one turns on. Oh, I see the problem. This is becoming common. This is becoming common. Not like common enough to replace them in everyone's HomePods, but common enough that I know what to look for. This probably got fried by the display going bad. There's 2 options. It's a 0 ohm resistor. It's probably being used for enabling something. So we could just pop a blob of solder on there, call it good. But I don't really want to do that because, well, as you saw, when the display broke, when the display connected to that logic board broke, it fried the resistor instead of the rest of the logic board. So I would like to have the same thing happen again if the same thing happens again in the future. That'll do it. No, it's not the display. I've tried 2 or 3 displays now. It is certainly this certainly the logic board. We're gonna get it working. Yeah! Yeah! Let's fucking go! Alright, well, that seller's definitely gonna get some feedback, because I do not recall seeing that physical damage on the listing when I went to buy this one. And well, I mean, now I'm short a logic board, or not a logic board, a display. That is not a cheap part to lose out on. But I'm happy we've got a logic board out of it at least. We got a logic board, it's probably got a good subwoofer and amplifier. I don't care too much about the rest of the parts. The parts that matter the most to me are the logic board, the display, the amplifier, and the subwoofer. The second most important parts that matter to me are the plastic top and the mesh. If those aren't in clean, good physical shape, I could care less about the rest of all the parts, including the power supply. I've got so many power supplies sitting around because they are generally pretty robust. They do not fail. At least here in the States. On 110 voltage. Elsewhere that uses 220 to 240, there's an issue with that, but finally. Oh yes, and they wanted their, that's right. Oh, I feel so bad now because I could have colored this while they were waiting for a logic board. That's okay. That's okay. We'll get that done for them. The wait will be worth the results. Stefan, I don't know what you're saying. Stefan's got like translators for like the days of the week or the mood that he feels in. He'll just speak a different language. I think I'll take Stefan trying to be nice, kind, and mannerous over ye old Stefan. I don't even remember, what was this? IBEC. So there's something wrong with the CPU on it. Most likely. Probably not something we'll be able to fix, but we'll save it in case we can one day. I'm falling asleep here. I'm falling asleep working. Ah, man. Music will put me to sleep even faster. I have fallen asleep sitting front row at music festivals before. No, realistically, what I just need a power nap. Why don't we as a society go back to the days where we did things for a few hours in the morning and then we slept for a little bit and then we woke up and then we did some more stuff and then slept for a bit. And you repeat this throughout the whole day and night. So that way you can get more stuff done depending on what, what's open or what needs to be done when it's light out or dark out. When you take a nap, you wake up more tired. You gotta time the length that you're napping better, because you're probably waking up in the middle of your REM cycles. pretty sure I've gone over it with you, but you know, your REM, your sleep cycles, you enter when you fall asleep, you go to a light sleep, and then you go into your deep sleep, REM, and then you kind of come back out of it before you go back into deep sleep again and out and in and out of deep sleep. And that cycle lasts about an hour and a half. And what'll happen is you will feel much worse if you wake up in the middle of one of those cycles than if you do waking up in between one of those cycles. For example, if you only got an hour and a half of sleep, you'll probably feel a lot better than if you woke up in the middle of like 5 hours into a 6-hour nap, let's say. That puts you 30 minutes into one of those sleep cycles, and then you're waking yourself right up. That's awful. And of course, everybody's different. Who knows how long your sleep cycle is, but it's about an hour and a half. You can experiment with it, and when you've got the time to try to more or less sleep in and see how long your natural sleep cycles actually last. See, what you should do is try to go to sleep when you feel ready to just lay down and pretty much go right to sleep without an alarm or anything to wake you up the next morning, and then see what time you wake up the next morning. Do you feel well rested on a scale of 1 to 10? Log how long you were asleep for, and then repeat that a few times until you've got enough data points to see more or less how long you have to sleep to feel more or less better. And then you can divide, you can do a little bit of math and figure out from there how many sleep cycles in the average amount of time that you need to sleep are there, and lastly, how long is your sleep cycle. But you can usually also just start with an hour and a half. And then increase or decrease by like 5 or 10 minutes until you feel an improvement or not. Nah, just take like an hour and a half nap one day, and then see how you feel after that. And then the next day, take like an hour and 15-minute nap. And then the day after that, try an hour and 45-minute nap. And see which one you feel the best after waking up from. That's a lot easier. Well, look at that, a 48K dated diode. It's a good thing we include hardware maintenance on all of these repairs here, because had this HomePod not been sent in to us for its issues with the logic board, it certainly would have come to us at one point for this diode failing and causing no power, or those 4 filters that you saw us replace just a minute ago going bad and causing death farts. None of that will be happening here anytime soon for this HomePod now. I'll save you. You can absolutely make time for a nap. Just take the time out of your nighttime sleep. Like if you take an hour and a half nap during the day, sleep an hour and a half less at night. Heck, even break up your night sleep into half. Wake up in the middle of it, do some stuff for an hour and a half, and then go back to sleep. The world's a totally different place in the middle of the night. In real life, online, and all. You don't gotta tell me not to open the links. Must stay awake. Do I need to click the link, Stefan? Do I need to click that? Or does it need to be deleted? And I need to never see it and know what it is that is being questioned here. I'm gonna click it. I'm gonna click it. You better not get in trouble here. Oh, that's Shuffle Hands'. That's a meme. Oh, that's okay. Fine. You know what? You got me. You got me. You got me. You were right. Why did I click that? You know, we'll leave it. Just don't click it if you're a Sonic fan. No, it looks like he could use a pedicure, man. He needs to clean his feet up. Stefan, do not be asking that. Don't ask my customers that. Let them watch their repairs in peace, undisturbed. No, you cannot. Trump mobile thoughts. I keep seeing stuff floating around about it. I haven't looked into it myself. I mean, for all I've seen on it are the thumbnails of what the phones look like, and if that's what they're actually gonna look like, it's pretty gaudy. But it's pretty on par with the kind of demographic they're marketing those phones to. Kind of like like those Pablo Escobar phones that were solid gold. Or what were some of the more legit ones that are solid gold? They're just like, it's a normal phone, but they just played it with gold. The Escobar phones, that's right. They were kind of cheesy fakes, right? They wrapped them in this like fake foil, but there are companies out there that make like real luxury iPhones which are just gold plated. Oh, they're just reusing a T1? I can't be surprised. I can't say I'm surprised. I mean, these days, there really isn't anyone out there that's not either using an Apple or Samsung phone or a super cheap MediaTek chipset, crappy Android clone dealio with perhaps an iOS skin. No. What I'm curious about is how their network is how they intend the network to work. What they are intending on charging, what their backbone's gonna be, what their network priority looks like, what have you. That's right. Alejandro with a bricked pod. I wonder, are they still here with us, or did they drop off? I wouldn't blame them. It took us quite a while to get through that other one. Alright, let me grab the next parts pod for this one. Oh yes, Seth. Yes. Oh no, not taking the mesh off to color it up is a really trivial matter. And even then, there's a 50% chance I end up coloring a different mesh and putting that onto your HomePod, and then taking your mesh and holding on to it until I need to color another HomePod. It depends on what I've got on hand. If I've got anything that's in nicer shape than what you've got on yours now, then I'm not going to bother. I'll just color a different mesh and slap it on there. But in any case, we'll get that colored up for you tonight or tomorrow. I'll keep you posted, so you're not left hanging. Certainly not nearly as long as you've been waiting for that logic board. I am so sorry. But here we go. Another parts pod. I am literally tearing these parts pods apart the day that they are delivered here to fix these pods for people. What can you do? What can you do? I like what I see here. The display still has the plastic on it from the factory. I can tell it's from the factory because there's no bubbles under it and it's perfectly centered. A lot of times I get these pods where people want to make it look like the plastic film is still on there, but really they just washed it off and then kind of squeegeed it back on there. You can't trick me. But that looks like a really nice plastic top that we can use for someone else's HomePod someday. Maybe one of my own. Whew. Alright. I'll add that to my secret little stash of, oh dang, I only have 2 left? Well, I had more of these with the film still on it. As you can see here, this one has been removed and put back on at one point. I don't even know why I bother keeping it on there. Oh yeah, because it's still, it's still in nice shape. I don't want to get it scratched up until I use it. Alright, let's see what's going on with this pod. I swear to goodness it's gonna be a blinker too, isn't it? This is gonna be one that we can't use, huh? Oh! Okay. I just looked at the box. This one was from Goodwill. So I'm not surprised this one actually works just fine. Most of the ones that I get from Goodwill usually work just fine. Believe it or not. They usually just don't test them or don't know how to test them. They don't bother. Granted, I end up usually paying a fair bit more for them on Goodwill's website. they charge a little bit too much for shipping and handling, if you ask me. Well, actually, maybe not. I think give or take, it depends. Actually, we don't want these over here. Put those over there. Whodunit, dude, there's so many HomePods go up on Goodwill's auction site. Like there have to have been thousands that have gone through that website by now. That's it's where I got my second or third HomePod. No, my third or fourth. That's right. The first HomePod I ever bought the first HomePod I ever got was, I think, I can't remember the exact year. I think like end of 2018 or something. Whatever. I bought myself a HomePod for my birthday from Best Buy. And I opted for picking it up at the store. And I went and picked it up at the store. And then a few days later, I got an email saying, hey, you still haven't picked your order up, so we're shipping it to you. And I was like, okay. Just in time for Christmas. And sure enough, a second HomePod showed right up at my door. I should have emailed them and been like, hey, it got lost, I didn't get anything. And then they would have sent me a third one. No. I took it as a nice Christmas present from Best Buy. And I see, let me think. I only have one of those two left. One and a half of them. Okay, I'm gonna go make myself some coffee. I can't, I can't take it anymore. I'm gonna fall asleep. Yes. Okay. Man, just I word getting a J word, man. I'm literally as I'm participating with you in the chat. You send a chat saying stop ignoring the chat. I love it. I wake up every morning for it. Yeah, I know, Stefan. But it is quite challenging to bounce between the repair and keeping up with you turbo nerds in the chat more than a minute at a time. But it's perfect though for my ADHD brain, because I do like to multitask and hop around between things. I'll try to do better. I'm sorry. Skip ahead. Yeah, it's Stefan. It's. I think that's your problem. I think your internet's slow. Just stop repairing. Oh, that'd be easy. Oh, easier said than done. I'd be sitting there like an addict without their drugs. I would probably end up like subconsciously starting to like work on or fix things around the house. without realizing if I just like stopped. I couldn't just stop. The momentum keeps going. I would have to keep fixing something. Subway Surfer picture in picture. Yeah. What if I just set up a playpen for my kid in my room here and just had like an auxiliary camera pointed at them? No. It means that you'd have to watch what you say, Stefan. Oh no. Basic with the 5K Ultrafine. I gotta say something about those. So I've made the tough call with the Ultrafine monitors to not accept any more of those for repair, at least for the time being, because the repairs just aren't holding up. They aren't holding up, or we can't fix them in the first place because the port just won't stay on the board because too much mechanical stress keeps getting put on these ports and damaging not just the port but the pads on the board too. I get too many of these that end up being no fixes, or we fix them and then they keep coming back because people aren't careful with the cable coming out of the back of the monitor. I mean, if you push the monitor up against a wall, kiss the port goodbye, because it's gonna push the cable against the wall and the cable's gonna push down against the port. Never mind the fact that it just sitting there naturally sagging is pulling the port down too. But in any case, unfortunately, I've made the call to not accept any of the ultrafines for repair yet, or not yet. I've already done them in the past, but I should say any more of them in the near future. But I have a plan. I've been trying to design an aftermarket sort of USB-C extension for it. So instead of the one port that you can input video into these monitors being perpendicularly mounted, sticking straight out the back of the monitor, with the USB-C port soldered directly on, what we'll do is we'll have a flexible PCB that solders to the original pads on the board where the port goes, and we use that to flexibly reroute the USB-C port anywhere we want. We could have it come out the bottom, the side, the top. We could simply just have like a couple of inches of female USB-C cable hanging out, dangling off the back of the monitor, and you can just plug it in and have it flopping around. Anything is going to work better than what they do now and what they've been doing on so many of these LG monitors, these ultrafine monitors. It's not just the 5K. They've been doing this to the 4Ks. They've been doing this for years and years and years. They know what they're doing. And I'm going to set out. Ooh, it's going to be so good, they'll probably send me a cease and desist. It'll piss them off. But I can't keep, for my sanity and other people's sanity, I can't keep taking them and fixing them and taking them back, or telling people that they can't be fixed at all once I got it. Every once in a while, with a HomePod here and there or something else, I can stomach that. But those I need to come up with a better solution, because it doesn't seem like there's another option out there. There was some fella that sells replacement USB-C ports for these monitors for people that try to repair it themselves. And they have the normal length USB-C port, and then they have one that's extra long. It's supposed to help with this problem, but I can't fathom how that's possible. Tell me how. So here's what I mean. Normal port, and then just pretend that this one's the longer one. It literally sits taller. So tell me how the taller version of the port is supposed to protect and be more durable, when it being longer increases the leverage that the cable can put on it, and thus the force that is exerted on the port. That doesn't make any sense. That makes no sense. I'm not gonna name. I won't name them. But I brought that up with them, and they didn't no comment about that. But yeah, LG ultrafines are quite a headache. A headache that I'm definitely keen on curing. See, the thing is the case doesn't have enough tolerance to make a difference. There's so much hole in the hole of the case that it's going to damage the port before it rests on the border of the case. Let alone, where is it? There's these metal brackets that go on them too. Here we go. There's these that go over them too. And it's the same problem. The holes that the USB-C ports go through, they're just too big to make a difference. Also, the longer port, the short port, the original port, is already long enough to fully rest on the cutout on the case. So it being longer is just simply poking it out of the hole. It's not going to change at all how it rests on the case. So it's all malarkey. It's all malarkey, and none of it fixes the root problem. And if anything, the longer port is going to exacerbate the issue. And I'd love to hear what anybody else out there fixing these monitors has to say on the matter. Is this a problem? Is my struggle with repairing these and seeing so many of them not repairable in the first place and the repairs not lasting, is that a problem unique to me? Is that a skill issue, right? Or am I on the right track here? I think in any case we're on the right track with the proper flexible solution. Is there, a 21.5 inch Thunderbolt display? I think not. I do not think so, but I would trust a quick Google answer or a quick Google search over my fuzzies and feelies. I'm trying to think if they what did they ever actually even have a 21.5 inch monitor, Thunderbolt or not. You think Tim Cook's gonna... I think that guy's immortal. I don't think he's gonna die. Steve Jobs? I mean... yeah, not sure what happened there. But, I don't know. I think we're gonna have Tim for a long time. Watch him retire tomorrow. Alright, let's get this, oh, I believe it is already reset. That's right. I'm gonna grab some more coffee. Beautiful. Alejandro is finally all fixed up here. Let's grab 3788 here. Okay. I will not share play. However, if you want to suggest or request a song, I will add it to my queue here. Where's my frickin' cellular device? Okay. I do not like when I've woken up my phone after a while and it wants to play 20 questions with the million different system pop-ups like software update available, sign into your iCloud, freaking you haven't backed your phone up in so many days. I just want to unlock the phone and use it. Thank you. Where's my doofer? Where's my... It got unplugged. Hold on, I gotta plug my shiny speaker back in. This gives this at least gives number 3788 here a minute to join the stream. Would I sell my Thunderbolt display for a good price? No. No, actually, I don't even know which one you're talking about, but I can't think of a Thunderbolt-enabled display that I have that I would or could sell you, and here's why. I only have one LG Ultrafine 5K that works, and I need it to be able to fix and work on other LG Ultrafines. I have one Is it that Thunderbolt studio display that I have? It's not a new studio display. It's like the really older ones that look like an iMac. That I legally can't sell you because my work gave it to me, and I'm not supposed to sell anything that work gives me. I can give it away. I can shoot it. I can throw it off a cliff. I mean, I'm sure, actually, I'm sure that legally there's nothing stopping me from selling the junk that they give me. I just see it more as like a moral and ethical issue, personally. Unless they give me the total and 100% okay with it, they generally give me this stuff because they know I'm not gonna turn around and flip it. The studio display I got for free. Yeah, so just so you don't think I got super fancy. It's not the studio display that's like the really, really nice one. It's the older, oh, I guess those ones aren't called the studio displays. Then what am I thinking of? What am I thinking of? Screw it. Apple monitors. Apple monitors history. Apple displays. Yeah, sure. Okay, I don't have any of their CRTs. I have their original 22-inch cinema display. That's the one with the white and clear plastic that came with the Power Max and the Power Mac Cube. I've got the 22-inch and the 30, is it the 30-inch? What was the biggest one they made of those? Yeah, I've got the smallest one and the biggest one of those, the first gen cinema displays. Or studio display, sorry. And then I also have the Apple Thunderbolt display. Yes, that's what my work gave me. Not a studio display, my apologies. They gave me an Apple Thunderbolt display. I don't have any studio displays. I would really like one. But I think I'm getting essentially the same experience from my Ultrafine 5K. Hard to say. I haven't done a side by side. All right. No, we're not share playing because you get one song. You get one song. And you guys mess with my volume enough, purposefully or accidentally. It gets messed with enough that I'm traumatized by it. I don't want that again. No thanks. Especially for how expensive these speakers are. I'd really like to not risk that. All right, my song first, and then I'll play Stefan's song, and then I'll play Shuffle Hands' song.
Another day to start all over again.
You are not getting that, Stefan. No. See, this is why we don't have share play. Another one of many reasons. You get to watch my weird stuff instead. Unk music. This is like a week old. What do you mean, Unk music? Kid-friendly album. My kid's the one that told me to watch this. My 2-year-old's the one that kept pointing at the screen and said, I want to watch that one. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't have found that. Alright, who's next? Stefan didn't pick anything valid yet, so we'll hit some Kendrick. Is there a music video for that? Where is it? Oh, there is a music video, very cool. If it's a lyric video though, I'm turning the screen back off.
I remember you was conflicted. It's usually your influence. Sometimes I did the same. Abusing my power full of resentment. Resentment that turned into a deep depression. Found myself screaming in the hotel room. Basically, it's all that. So I kept running.
Oh, you've never watched the music video? See, music videos, I think if there's a music video for something, it's obligatory that you at least watch it, if not... I mean, if it's a good music video, it just makes the track so much more. It adds so much more to it. It adds like a whole new layer, a whole new level.
War that was based on apartheid, discrimination.
What am I doing here? We don't need to go this far into it. We got what we need out of this HomePod. Let's put that away. I was getting carried away there. Here we go.
I'ma be the greatest to ever do this shit. On my mama don't like. On the dead homies.
Is that Nixon? What is up? Welcome, welcome. Welcome back.
Tell me who the bitch nigga hating on me. Jumping on my dick with this dick being free. To river butterfly like a classic CD. Get a lullaby for everyone they can see. Looking at RIP. My diligence is only meant to write your eulogy. All's my life I has to fight, nigga. All's my life hard times like yeah, bad trips like yeah. Nazareth, I'm fucked up, homie, you fucked up, but if God got us, then we gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright.
Gosh, that's just so much bass. Is it turned up?
And when I wake up, I recognize you looking at me for the pay cut. But how much I be looking at you from the face?
No.
One Mac 11, you can room with the bass down.
That's flat.
And let me tell you about my life. Painkillers only put me in a twilight. A pretty pussy and Benjamin is the highlight. I tell my mama I love her, but this what I like. Lord knows. 20 of them in my Chevy, tell them all to come and get me, reaping every record. Tell the world I know it's too late. Boys and girls, I think I'm going crazy. Trying inside my basement Sunday. Won't you please believe when I say, when you know we've been hurt, been down before. Nigga, when our pride was low, looking at the world like, where do we go? Nigga, and we hate poor, wanna kill us dead in the street for sure. Nigga, I'm at the preacher's door. My knees getting weak and my gun might blow, but we gon' be alright. You can live at the bar. I can see the evil, I can tell it. I know it's illegal. I don't think about it. I deposit every year to zero. Thinking of my partner, put the candy, betting on the Rico. Digging in my pocket, in the profit, big enough to feed you. Every day my logic, get another dollar just to keep you in the presence of your Chico. I don't talk about it, be about it. Every day I sequel. If I got it, then you know you got it. Heaven, I can reach you. My dog is on. Big back and chat, I trap the back for y'all.
Oh, you want the underside of this board? Like this guy? There's plenty of super high-res photos of from all the teardowns online. You'll get better quality photos than what I'll be able to stream to you here.
I'm at the preacher's door. My knees getting weak and my gun might blow, but we gon' be alright.
Looks like the wife just pulled into the driveway, so I will be right back. What's that? Yeah, that's a screw. Look at all the screws. How many screws are there? Can you count how many screws there are?
Hello.
Oh, yeah. Hello.
Yes.
Oh, you want your brains?
Yes.
You want your brains?
Go.
She likes... This kid loves Igor.
Yeah.
Not that Igor, freaking. Yeah, brains. Brains. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
I'll take these ones. You're welcome.
Hello. Yeah, here.
You gonna help? Here's what we do. You see this?
Look.
Can you hold it?
Okay, there's no big deal.
Can you hold it?
Oh.
Here. Here you go.
Okay.
Here you go. Yeah, something like that. Here we go, like this.
Okay.
Okay. Wow. What are those? Are those screws? Cho, we do have a screwdriver? We take our screwdriver and we unscrew the screws. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, I'll take that. I don't want you bending it. You're welcome.
Fun. Have fun. Have fun. Have fun.
Cho, screwdriver? You leave that alone.
Okay, it's our top.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Oh no!
Oh no! Say open. Say open. 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 Open.
What?
Oh, are you putting those screws away over there? You counting them? Yeah?
3?
Yeah, 3.
What?
Yeah, 4.
You try.
Yeah, 5.
Okay, we're ready.
Is that baby?
Baby?
Yeah, that's a baby.
Baby.
Oh, leave those alone. Those are expensive. Oh, you dropped them. Let's open them. Can we open? 1, 2, 3. Open. Open. Can you sniff it? Go. Ooh, no, don't touch. It won't hurt you, but still don't touch it. Dude, this kid was born with a head full of hair.
More and pumpkin.
This kid was born with more hair than I've ever had in my life.
Okay. Go. Okay.
I hooked us up on the Band-Aids.
Mm.
Got some of the big ones. And then we've got waterproof, regular.
No, leave that alone.
And
Nope,
then I
leave that
also
alone.
got some hydrocolloid patches.
No, leave that. Listen, here. Alright, I'm gonna put you in your pit.
Okay.
Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye.
Okay.
Say bye-bye. Say bye, YouTube.
She's so curious.
Yep. Whoa, let's get
Hi.
you into your pit. Alright. Into the pit. Into the pit. Oh, I told her. Is there anything in the HomePod that doesn't serve a function, like a capacitor you can remove? That is a good question. I'm sure that there's. I mean, on one hand, you would think that they wouldn't waste the money putting things in there that it doesn't need, right? But at the same time, what it needs can be kind of subjective. I mean, you have safety standards and best practices, and in general, pretty much everything in here is needed. Now, if your need is that it's not going to set your house on fire in a certain edge case failure scenario, then yeah, you need everything in there, even if it still seems to turn on and work fine without something missing. But and that's pretty much all there is to it. Is they're probably not going to put anything in there that they wouldn't waste their money on for without a reason, without a good enough reason. That reason may not benefit you or I, but at least as far as most of the stuff on here, and of course we haven't gone through a HomePod and sat there and picked one part off, seen it if it turns on, and if it doesn't, put it back and then try the next part, because there's thousands of parts that we would have to do that with. It's not really practical. But instead, depending on what we're working on, we might run into a situation where we know a general area of the board that might be housing the suspect faulty component. And in that case, we'll start pulling stuff off the board and seeing if it changes the behavior. Usually, though, you don't want to just pull something off and see if it works without it. That tends to cause more damage. i.e. the Schottky diode. If you are missing your Schottky diode and you try to power the HomePod up, it will blow up your step-down converter and likely this little MOSFET here along with probably other stuff. So kind of tricky. I accidentally learned that it seems that this big capacitor right here is not needed. It didn't seem to cause any obvious apparent negative side effects during normal operation. That's as much as we can say. It'd be so nice if we had schematics, huh? Well, so the diagnostic port was probably put there so that they can load the software onto it after assembly and then do some testing, QA checks before boxing it and shipping it out. I have a feeling they intended on it being something that at least the Apple stores could use to diagnose and attempt software fixes on HomePods. But for whatever reason, they ultimately decided not to do that. No, unfortunately, I don't have a single blueprint or schematic for any particular board of the HomePod. It would be really, it'd be kind of a game changer if we did have that. We could fix so much more that goes wrong with these amps. At least we don't have a problem fixing the majority of their issues. It would just be nice to figure out some of these one-offs. Have a few more repairable amplifier boards. Shoved in iPhone 8 into the iPhone SE housing. Ooh, interesting. You unplugged the power connector Oh, I left the cameras on. There we go. You know what? You ADHD 5-second attention brain subway surfing freaking freaks probably want that stuff up there. So there you go. More background content to distract you. As if the music video and 2 different angles of what I'm working on in the stream up here isn't enough. What is the world coming to? I didn't even play Stefan's song. The disrespect. I am sorry. Alright, Stefan, let me play your song. Let me see if you're playing with me or not. This better be good. This doesn't look good. What is this? Sped up. See, I can't say I enjoyed that. I'll be honest. I don't know if it's just because I can't understand what they're saying, or if it's purely just because I didn't like it, so I'm biased, but it just sounded so, I don't know, generic and plain and not engaging or interesting whatsoever, I guess. I don't know. Like like it was all just pretty generic and basic, and I guess that you could make a great song with that, but I wasn't feeling it, Mr. Krabs. I wasn't feeling it. Oh, is Nixon still here? He wanted to see underneath the heat sink of one of these things. So here's that. Let's go ahead and get the other one off. Where's... Here we go. So this is the side that faces the subwoofer, so this is how it's normally sitting in the HomePod. That's what this guy is. And if we pop off our thermal pad, that's where your CPU is. That's your CPU and RAM. And you've got your storage. You've got a power controller. You've got your wireless module. This has your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth. And then if we flip it around, we've just got a bunch of passive components mostly. A couple of fancy little ICs down here, but nothing really significant or mention worthy. But that is about all that's on here. Despite that, it is one of the most important and touchy parts of the whole pod. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, that whole board is more or less a whole iPhone 6. And then you've got the amplifier board, which listens for the digital audio signal from the logic board and amplifies that and sends it to the speakers. You've got a dedicated power supply, which of course takes the wall power and feeds everything the juice. And then you've got a very, very simplified, more or less, display connected to that logic board. You've got essentially a dumbed down iPhone 6 in here that uses wall power and a juicy amplifier with big speakers. Would be even better instead of hacking these logic boards, because the hardware on these logic boards is nice, but it doesn't, it's kind of hit or miss in terms of reliability. It'd be really nice if we could reverse engineer the connection and communication to the amplifier. And we could just replace the logic board entirely with something else like a Raspberry Pi that you could just adapt and plug into the rest of the pod and not rely on Apple pushing a software update out that makes or breaks these things. Oh, and the metal things on the side here. Yes, these are I believe, they are either antennas, or more likely, they are simply, I don't think these are antennas. I think these are RF shields to prevent interference from the display and other surrounding components, because if we flip this around and we look at the logic board up close, the patterns that you see here printed into the circuit board, these patterns here are much more reminiscent of an antenna. And you've got antenna connectors here and another one over here too with those same antenna patterns. So I don't think these are antennas per se. I think these are more just I gotta say, I think these are not antennas and just RF shields more so. RF shields, or maybe simply even more just something to put foam pads on and help bolster things and keep things from rattling around. But almost certainly these are not carrying any sort of signal. Also because these, we'll double check that. But I think if they're connected directly to ground, then there's no chance that they're carrying any kind of signal. So we can just see if they have a continuity with ground and answer that here really quick with certainty. Okay, so from shield to shield, they are directly connected to each other, and then this shield, yeah, it's all connected. It's all just ground. So it's purely RF blocking, maybe a bit of passive cooling, but they're not antennas. Not antennas. All right, let's see if this is working.
I'm having Wi-Fi issues.
Very
Look
good.
at the home app for more information.
All right, we'll get that reset and ready to go for 3788 here. Folks, we are well past out of time for here and now. We've got a lot more to bring up here to fix. Lots of HomePods. We need to fix that Bose EQ and the Sonos amp.
Your HomePod is about to reset. Keep pressing until you hear 3 beeps.
Folks, but that is it for here and now. I hope you all enjoyed this live stream repair, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Goodbye.